Alright, so in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 tips for getting started with motovlogging. Let's check it out. Alright, so what's going on, YouTube? BK Low is back in the building. And, yeah, so this is a video that a lot of folks have asked me to make for quite a while. Even back when I had, like, 500 subscribers, I had people request this. So I don't know, I've always been meaning to do it, but it's just kind of been on the back burner. But here we go. So you know my stance on the whole thing, which is the more people out there who are motovlogging, the better. I highly encourage anyone that has even the slightest interest in motovlogging to get out there and do it. Because when we have people like you, the rider, out there reviewing things, that's kind of the purest and truest review you're gonna get on an actual product. And it's not coming from the company itself, it's coming from the person using it. So I think, every time someone picks up a GoPro and starts motovlogging, it's just a major benefit to the motorcycle community in general. And whether you're just sharing your rides with people or sharing a cool route or reviewing a product that someone's been interested in, it's just a major benefit to the motorcycle community. So again, I'm a really big motovlog enthusiast, where if you are at all thinking about doing it, by all means do it. I think it's a great thing to do if you enjoy, video editing, etc. But here we go. So, tip number 1 to motovlogging, and this one is pretty big, which is if you're thinking about doing it, before you ever throw on that GoPro and mic up, you really need to put in that seat time and put in those miles. Because at the end of the day, you need to be an experienced rider to be doing this. I didn't start motovlogging until I was years into riding. But just like considering the new rider and considering safety out there, I honestly think that you should really make sure that you put in the miles, get a couple seasons under your belt, get a couple sticky situations before you start making up and, trying to do this. You should be focusing on just becoming a better rider first before you do anything else. But that's it. So say you've put in your miles and you're ready to make up, you're ready to start doing this thing. Well, here we go. Tip number 2. And tip number 2 is frequency. And what that means is you need to, in order for your channel to grow and in order for you to sustain an audience, you need to have frequency. Meaning the folks who are subscribing to you and following you need to, have a routine of when you're going to release content, have something to look forward to, something to expect, right? And it's also just a way to ensure that you are, diligently maintaining your channel. If you never set a schedule of when you're going to release videos, etc., then it's pretty easy to fall into, hey, 4 months went by and I never released any content. So you need to decide, maybe, I remember when I first started out, I think my frequency was either 1 a week. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 1 a week. And I maintained that for a very long time until I got a little bit more experienced. And then I started doing twice a week, which is what I do now. But I always hold myself to that standard, You can always know that on Friday and Monday at 6 a.m., I'll be releasing a new video. My audience knows that, my sponsors know that, etc. So, that's it. Maintain frequency, and your channel will grow. Up here, man. Alright, so thing number 3, and this is a interesting tip for motovlogging, but what happens is when you start motovlogging, all my friends who have started, and myself included, like once you start, you'll find that you're just going to be recording all of the time. Like all of the time. Now, what you want to do is you do not want to be recording all the time. I think a good amount to be recording is, I don't know, 25% of the time you're riding is a pretty good ratio. You know, you definitely don't want to have it be all of the time, because then, you know, how much are you really enjoying your ride? How much are you really, you know, getting the most out of that ride if you're motovlogging over it? So you want to make sure that you're not recording all the time and save time for you to just go out there and enjoy your motorcycle. And again, it's like, it's really exciting when you start motovlogging at first, but you still want to make sure that you maintain some moments for yourself to just be a rider, you know, and not a motovlogger, not motovlogging. So yeah, make sure that you're just not doing it all the time. Schedule when you're gonna do it, be mindful of when you're gonna do it. Don't just have the camera rolling at all times. And then that will also be helpful when you go to actually cut the videos, because you won't be cutting through like hours of footage, right? You want to keep your footage in like short focused clips, because then that'll make the editing a whole lot easier when you have to go and edit it. It's really hard to sift through like hours of footage. I guess that was like a second tip that I kind of snuck in there. It's tip inception. But don't worry, I won't count that as one of the other tips.